wow, we made it. We're all alive. Transition of power was good. The football was handed off.
Yeah.
He seems to be normal and sane. Uh, and Biden's doing work already. It's day one. He was already doing. He's doing work. Day two, he's gonna do work.
Day three, he's
Whew.
gonna do work. Day
Yeah, hopefully every day he's gonna do work, and maybe he go to Mar-a-Lago in day four. No, I'm kidding. That's not
yeah.
gonna happen.
Mm.
I was very very happy because I don't even agree with most of what Joe Biden says. I'm gonna be very real right here. All right. But I don't disagree with him on the key issues. I just don't like his approach sometimes because he's actually people think that Joe Biden's going to be this hippie president. No, no, he's a war hawk. He's from that military industrial complex, a better side of that, but he is part of that group. So it is establishment back into the fold. What do you
True.
think? What do you think is going to happen in the next year
My
or so?
point is that like you don't have to agree with him like 100%, not even like 50%. But I
Huh.
think we all agree, not all, right? But I think like most people agree that he's better than the previous one. So I think we're
Yeah.
all in this
Let's
like this upgrade scale. So like it's gonna get better, right? At least
It's an
1%.
upgrade. It's an
Yeah.
upgrade because it's somewhat predictable. Life is already unpredictable enough. And look, I had a fair share of an entertaining moments when I was like, really keeping up with the Trumps.
Hmm.
But as I was like contemplating, look, there's a lot of people getting hurt by this, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people losing jobs. There's a lot of people getting just their dreams crushed, literally, right? The dreamers are he was trying to send back kids that grew up here. Like
Yeah.
there's a limit, right? Like as much as you want to say, look, he did a decent job with the economy, he's actually shaking things up with a lot of these deals, which I really agree with because in China, people are like, wow, we never actually dealt with somebody who's this much of an asshole and is pushing back on a lot of these terms, which is actually important. You need to have countries that stand up to global economic powers, right? Like stand up. They didn't
Yeah.
really stand up to Russia. They stood up to China. I wonder why he didn't stand up to Russia. You never know.
Can you imagine?
Anyways,
Yeah.
that yeah, that's kind of behind us. But yeah, like I said, like I completely agree with you. Like you don't have to agree with them. It's an upgrade because we had to fight the virus. We need something a bit more predictable in the world's greatest superpower, the greatest superpower mankind has ever seen.
Hmm.
We can't have that like being operated like by a drunken father of four every single day, right? Like
Yeah.
that's not so this in the next year. I think things are gonna be a little bit shaky still because to be quite frank, he needs to do a little bit of damage control. But I feel like the next 4 years, and I hope Joe stays healthy for these next 4 years. Um, I know some people who are super pro Camilla are going to be like, oh, Joe can just, it's fine if he's
Rest.
sick. Well, Camilla
Yeah.
can go. It's like, no, let him do his thing because he has quite a bit of experience and he can do some good, especially for the environment. But I feel like 4 years, we're not expecting mega change and the world's going to be a better place. I think it's just going to be a recovery period, right, from all the chaos. What do you think
Yeah.
is going to happen next
th-
four
th-
years?
that's kind of like the way a lot of people felt when Obama, like Barack Obama,
Hmm.
like got into power like a couple years ago. And then a lot of people still like, yeah, but he wasn't the best president. Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, like I know this now is like we said, for me, it's like a detox moment. Like it's
Yeah.
a moment that people should come back to reality, right? I can believe in the past
Mhm.
3 years, like 2 years ago, we start to have discussions about if the Earth is flat, like if we should take vaccines, like because we got into a moment that like mentality, like intelligence was like, and then like why? And then people were like debating that it's not something like if it's a lie. I understand this. If people goes like, oh, but we have to like listen to all sides, we have to listen to all people.
Mhm.
Maybe if it's a lie, there's no discussion, right? Why are you gonna just I don't know, like it's not real. Like, oh, I don't
Mhm.
know, man. I think it's like I think what you said, what you said is like it's a detox time. It's like how people gonna go back. Like maybe this is the way, maybe this is not the way. If this is the way, like why?
Yeah.
We can discuss that. Like why?
Do you know the way?
Yeah,
You know the
you
way.
got the
Do
reference. You got the
you know
reference.
the way? I think that meme was basically foreshadowing what we were gonna
The
go through in the
future.
next few years.
Hmm.
I mean,
Memes are always
it's a
right.
2019 meme, but memes are always right. Memes have always been right. Right? Like the earliest
Yeah.
meme was recorded, like the first cave painting was probably a meme. And the guy was memeing on these fools. Um, here's I want to throw this concept out. This last presidency is a
Yeah.
proof that ultimately one of the greatest virtues. Oh my god, the chink is coming out from me. I'm sorry. One of the greatest. That's my word. You can't say it, by the way, Vinny.
I
It's one.
won't.
It's
I
my word.
won't.
I'm taking it back. I'm taking it
Take
back. We're
forever. It's
taking it back.
yours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the virtue of this new era, like 2020 and beyond, this era of social media, is the ability to just shut the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
if you think about all the people who are the smartest, they know when to shut the fuck up, and they know when to open their mouth. They know when to listen, and they know when to talk. And that's a huge part that was kind of missing. Like I felt like the last 4 years, it was a nonstop yelling match. Because if you think about the debate, it was a yelling match. Like even the most civilized people in the world who are on the stage are not giving each other the time to listen. So why should
Yeah.
I?
It was like a
So
screaming
it's
battle, right? There's screaming with
it's a
each
screaming
other.
battle. It's not even
Yeah.
like a rap battle. They're not taking turns. Because in a rap battle, motherfuckers are like standing like this. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
microwaves are bad. Yeah.
No mic
Right? And it'd
drops,
be like,
just like
oh yeah, I
mic
pay my
louds.
taxes. Yeah, I pay my taxes. I pay my child support. Yeah, like like that's basically the rap. And the other guy's like,
Hmm. You
okay,
reflect, right?
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, you
Hmm.
reflect and you listen, even though they're insulting you and they're calling you all sorts of names and they're clapping back at you. You listen, even in rap battle, right? So that's going to be a virtue. I made with the exception of this podcast, this is where we come to talk shit, right? This is our space once or twice a week, 15 minutes or 45 minutes. We know, oh, yeah, we're trying to just give you guys whatever you want. So leave it in the comments below if you hate long form content or if you hate us. That's always appreciated, especially if you hate us.
If you hate us, I will reply back. Okay, just
Yeah,
letting crystal clear.
yeah. We are
Hating
we
us,
love,
yeah.
we're masochists actually. Look at us. Like look at us. We
Hating
love
me gives
masochism.
me the right to hate you back. So
Yes,
it's like it's a
exactly.
two-way.
Yeah, because we will listen. We will listen, and then we
But we
will
can
clap
talk.
back.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and then we clap. And then,
Just making sure you know where you're going, right?
yeah,
You know
we
where
will
you're going.
clap back, and we'll clap back nice. We'll find your socials, and we'll go from there. Right. Be like, oh, ew, this guy, ew, oh, look at the way he
But
dresses.
look at
Right?
your
Like, that's what.
face, and then you go like
Yeah,
throw the
yeah.
five
Your
grade.
mom's kind
Yeah.
of your mom's kind of hot. Damn, I'm gonna sling her DM. What's her D? What's that's what I will do. Vinny is a nice young man.
Oh, I just
I'm not.
question the
I'm
person.
as
Yeah.
I'm getting old. Yeah, I'm as I'm getting older. I'm like the testosterone is building up, right? Because I had like for most of my life I'm like a little flower, right? And now the testosterone has been
Just
concentrated
like
for so long.
right.
Yeah, and then when the weight goes down, it all unleashes itself. So now I'm like this like horny jock. I went from this cute little nerd at home, just I like my video games and my soda, to now like, yeah, I want to fuck people's moms. No, okay. Oh my god, that's horrible.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. No, but seriously, like I think that virtue of being able to listen, that was what was lost, and hopefully, like there should be like likes for people listening. Like you know how when you're posting like a post, everyone likes because you're saying something, and everyone's
Yeah.
crawling for likes and listening.
Hmm.
Maybe like this is maybe the reemergence of a new type of reaction content where you're just like listening for 15 minutes and people watch people listen,
Maybe,
right? And
right?
then they don't
Yeah.
talk over it, right? They just listen to. I think this is. We need more reaction content. That's what that means. Or we
Yeah,
solve the
not
problem. Everybody needs a reaction channel.
yeah, you know what? Because we have like likes and dislikes on Twitter. We just have like the favorite. Why don't we have the
Yeah.
option like say that, dude, this is shit. This is bad. Because like when Trump got to the side to the
Oh, I
step,
like that.
right? Because we could flag this
Yeah.
like, oh, this is shit. So people know that, oh, a lot of people think this
Yeah,
is shit.
dislikes
Maybe
are
this is
important.
shit,
I think
right?
you're right. That's a better solution than reacting as a form of content, like everywhere.
Because in the end,
I
like
think you're right. I think
I think what kills me is let people like when people repeat like a lie so many times, they start believing it's real. And when everybody's
Yeah.
wrong, that's my like life sentence. When you think everybody's wrong, maybe you are wrong. So when like Trump got
Mm-hmm.
banned from Twitter, there was like this whole commotion. Like I don't know if it was on the like in Vancouver, but like in Brazil, a lot of people went like, let's put a Trump picture on my profile page, so I show support to the president. Like, dude, Twitter is not like I don't even want to go there because if you think Twitter was
No,
wrong banning Trump, it's a private company, right? Is not
it is a private company.
the
It's
end.
they have every right.
the
This is if you don't like that structure, then to be quite frank, then you're it's not really
You don't even know what
you
is
like
Twitter, right?
capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like capitalism and you're against censorship, you can't censor a company to follow what you want.
Oh my god.
They because the argument for it is Twitter, IG, Facebook, even Facebook. I know even
Everything,
Facebook,
right?
even TikTok.
Pinterest.
It's there's
Pinterest
there
bans.
people think that they're utilities.
Oh
There's
yeah.
no right to do this the elbow shit on a da, 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 na, 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 na,
Dun,
na.
dun,
That's
dun.
you don't have a right to do that. That's not a right. That's a privilege. That's really a privilege. You're paying for
Yeah.
the internet, right? You have a phone. Those are both privileges. Internet access should be a right, but phones should not, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I think social
I-
media
it's
gives like this stage for crazy people, and then like even
it does.
crazier people just clap. Then like you should have like a
Like
shit
look at
button.
we can buy a mic and just talk shit for 15
Yeah,
minutes, and some people
and
will watch it.
here we are. So my point is,
Here
if you
we
have a
are, right?
like, you should have the shit comment. Like this is garbage. This is shit comment.
This is
So
garbage,
then you can
and
highlight. So
it's gonna and everything will be perfectly balanced as it should
yeah,
be. You know,
because you
yeah.
remember the
Thanos was
5
right.
stars
Let's
from
get
YouTube.
yeah,
Even if you give 1 star,
yeah. I
it doesn't mean
remember.
there was bad. The person
It
still
just
has
means
like
it
this.
was just 1 star.
Yeah. So I think we should
Yeah.
have this like this. We should express ourselves, like not the garbage button, but like I disagree button. Like maybe you should reflect, right?
No, the star system is good, and here's why I tell you that.
Oh,
There's
let me know.
nuance. You're a genius for bringing up the stars thing.
I miss
If you
those.
think
Yeah.
about how all yeah, like right now, most of the social media platforms they're targeting our basic impulses, right? Endocrine system, I think that's what's called. And basically, we're feeding this information like human beings, as Elon Musk said this a while back. I think it was on the Rogan podcast that he said this. But
Mhm.
he said that we're feeding this machine all our fears and wants. And it has a data and patterns. And with data and patterns, you can create that's how AI is really created, right? By feeding it an excessive amount
Yeah.
of information as it learns.
Dumping.
So
Yeah.
dumping information and then create patterns and small adjustments. And based on those patterns and large sample size, it understands you better.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, there was nuance, but because these companies need you to be very impulsive, hey, quick engagement, we want people to stay on the platform, quick engagement, they simplify the process, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the star system has always been great. I think people like it. It's just obviously it doesn't give as much engagement as a simple binary answer. And life is not binary, life is shades of gray.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be mad if my videos got 3.5. I'll be really mad at myself if my videos got 2.5, and I would want to improve them, right? If I got a 5, oh my god, I did a really good job.
Keep
6,000
on
people
this,
sent
right?
my video. Yeah. And you'd be encouraging people to do 5 stars, but when people are like pressing the 5, there's a thought process. Be like, should I press 5 or it gives the audience a bit more power, and I think that's actually what the audience needs is a bit more power to judge content based on the quality of the content and the truthfulness of the content.
And also gives more power to the creator. Because for me, when I see a video like a lot of likes, probably 90% of those likes are just like reaction clicks. People saw the video.
It's like,
it's from my favorite YouTuber.
Vinie.
Like,
Oh yeah,
doesn't tell me shit.
I love him.
Yeah,
Support, which is great. Which is actually,
yeah,
you know what, that is great, but it isn't. It doesn't move us forward, right?
True.
It's supportive, but it's even more supportive if you're being honest with the people that you care about. And
Yeah.
I don't think there's any changes around things like this in the coming future because all these companies are like these are private companies. So this whole Trump being banned thing, it's a private matter. If people don't like it, they need to vote on regulation. Like,
Yeah.
if there is regulation on these American companies, that's good, right? No one company should have all that power. That's what you're not allowed to
Mhm.
have monopolies, but now you have a small group with all the power, right? And they control the switch of literally your window to the internet.
True.
So if there is regulation, this is now the time to propose it, right? Like it's not just like oh yes or no. It's like oh we don't like this. It happened. What's next? If you want to protect free speech, you got to have like regulations on private companies when they get to a certain size. Like Google needs to be. I mean, Google definitely should be regulated. It's way too powerful. Same with Apple. Same with all these companies, right? They're all very powerful. Or your other thought process could be like, let the free market decide, right?
Yeah.
Those are your two directions. Like you either go like, yes, we need to protect everything, regulate everything. Then you can't critique what China's doing because that's what China does, right? Nothing's more powerful than the government. If you
Mhm.
see what happened to Alibaba, China's version of Amazon, their CEO critiqued the Chinese government. Now he's getting everything taken away from him. This is a
Gone.
guy who was
Yeah.
like talking next to Elon, next to Warren, next to all these other billionaires around the
Yeah, I
world, and
remember
like really, yeah,
Alibaba.
Jack
Yeah.
Ma was like has a personality, and they could be taken away like that. So the lesson learned, I think, from this Trump era is there's nuance in communication, and like if we want to preserve, which one do we want to preserve first? Democracy, of course, right? Free speech,
Yeah.
sure, but there's got to be actions. So what's the action? It's not just I don't like it, I'm gonna be opposed to it, and then just lash out. I think there should be some regulation against these utilities, but not too much, right? So like there has to be a clear guideline to what is
Mhm.
bannable and what's not bannable. I think
Yeah.
that's fair, but the platform still should have most of the power, if not all the power.
Yeah.
What about
It's
you? What do you
there.
think? What do you think
It's
is the
there. Yeah.
solution here?
I think also we should consider like fact check. Like
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Oh, it's my favorite YouTuber saying. I don't care. Is that accurate?
yeah.
Is that true? How like I don't know. You should always check that because I know that there was a meme in Brazil about the Earth being flat. League of Legends players said.
Is he good? Does he have champion? Has he won LCS before?
No, he just like a streamer, but he plays like major
Okay,
League of Legends. So he goes like, "Oh, do you know
okay.
the
I think
the
I
the?"
think the only people who can say the Earth is flat are like people with like championship rings, like Kyrie
Oh,
Irving, an NBA champion. If you win a ring, you can say Earth is flat, and then you can defend yourself publicly, and people
okay.
have to listen because you're a champion, right? Like that will limit the amount of people saying stupid shit. To only, and then you realize, hey, maybe this guy's stupid. He shouldn't be a champion, right?
Okay,
It's a good system. We come up with the best systems on this podcast. You know what? Like we should like propose these things to Congress and get laughed out of the room.
true. I have no more arguments there. You just deleted my arguments. And I think we should wrap up because I heard sirens approaching your building. So I think they're
Yeah, yeah,
coming for
yeah.
you.
They're coming for me. They're coming for me. Well,
Probably
if I
because
if I
they're
if I address this child support issue with the police, I mean nothing. Then maybe we'll talk a little bit about our next topic.
thanks for
Goodbye,
listening.
everybody. We love you. We love you. Kisses.